Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Anthony Martial is set to join Sevilla on loan. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that talks are ongoing between Sevilla and Manchester United. Martial still wants to leave. Sevilla made an approach for Martial towards the end of last year. Juventus have also been in for Martial. It said Manchester United were asking for up to 6 million in loan fees. Martial's already made it clear that he wants to make a move abroad because the other week Martial rejected loan offers from Newcastle and Tottenham. Martial came on in the 1-0 win against West Ham, and to be fair, he made an impact. It was his first appearance in a month. He had an injury earlier on this season. Prior to the Brentford game, Ralph Rangnick said that the Martial matter was resolved because prior to that, Rangnick came out and said that Martial refused to play in the game against Aston Villa in the league. And then obviously Martial came out and denied claims that he refused to play against Aston Villa. Last year, Ralph Rangnick confirmed that Martial wants to leave Manchester United, and Martial's agent confirmed last year that Martial wants to leave Man United this month. He's demanding more game time. He's getting nowhere near enough game time at Man United. He's not good enough to represent the club. The best season he's enjoyed at Man United was his debut season under Louis van Gaal. Martial's been at Manchester United for 7 years. He's got a contract with the club until 2024. He's scored 79 goals in 268 appearances in all competitions. Manchester United paid the initial fee of 36 million for Martial from Monaco back in 2015. So that's the news on Martial. Now I want to give you some news on Kamara. So Manchester United are closing in on the signing of Marseille midfielder Kamara. That's according to Spanish outlet Marca. Marseille want £10 million. Kamara wants 150,000 a week in wages if he's to depart Marseille this month. Kamara's contract at Marseille expires in the summer. Leeds have been in for him, Aston Villa have been in for him, Newcastle have been interested, and Real Madrid and Barcelona have been in for him, but Manchester United are in pole position to sign him. Kamara is mainly a defensive midfielder. He can also be deployed as a centre-back. He's only the age of 22. He's made over 100 appearances for Marseille. He's been at Marseille for 17 years. He joined Marseille's academy in 2005. So there's a good chance that Kamara will be the first signing of the Ralph Rangnick era. The transfer window shuts next week. But Manchester United have been linked with a lot of players. Obviously, there's been more narratives coming out about Amadou Haidara. He said Rangnick is pressing to sign Amadou Haidara this month. Sky Sports Germany said the other day that RB Leipzig could sell Manchester United and Newcastle target Amadou Haidara for 46 million in this January transfer window. He said earlier on this month that Ralf Rangnick has verbally agreed a 33 million fee to sign Amadou Haidara. He's been at RB Leipzig since 2019, so he's been with them over 2 years. He's got a contract with Leipzig until 2025, and his release clause is 33 million. Rangnick knows the player well, which is beneficial. Revert back to earlier on this season, Rangnick said that he wanted Amadou Haidara as his first signing as Man United manager. Manchester United have been relentlessly linked with Denis Zakaria from Borussia Mönchengladbach. We've also been in for Ousmane Dembele from Barcelona. He said not so long ago that Manchester United are prepared to sign Ousmane Dembele this month, but only on a free transfer. Reports in France said that Barcelona are willing to sell Ousmane Dembele for just 17 million. Dembele insists he will not be blackmailed by Barcelona, and he's already been told to leave Barcelona. Revert back to earlier on this season, there was rumours of a possible swap deal involving Anthony Martial and Ousmane Dembele. I don't want Dembele at Man United. The reason is because he's too injury prone. His contract at Barcelona expires this year. He's been at Barcelona since 2017. Barcelona got him in a deal worth £135 million. They got him from Borussia Dortmund. Declan Rice has been a long-term target for Man United as well. And a couple of weeks ago it said Manchester United were interested in Tariq Lamptey from Brighton. Man United are trying to get a midfielder because when Rangnick first came in, he identified Manchester United's midfield as a weakness. Jesse Lingard looks like he's departing Manchester United. Like I updated you on my last video, he said Newcastle make 10 million loan offer for Jesse Lingard. Newcastle are ready to offer Lingard £150,000 a week. It includes bonuses if Lingard can keep Newcastle up. Manchester United rejected Newcastle's first approach. Lingard is keen on a loan move to Newcastle. He doesn't want a permanent move this month. But Manchester United would prefer to let Lingard leave permanently this month. Lingard's out of contract at Man United in the summer. Well, Lingard doesn't get in our team anyway. Lost his place in the team a while ago, but he's been part of the club for a long time. At the second half of last season, Lingard enjoyed a 4-month loan spell with West Ham, and he made an impact. Now, like I mentioned to you on my last video, Manchester United have drawn up a 4-man shortlist in the search for a permanent manager. According to The Athletic, Mauricio Pochettino, Erik Ten Hag, Luis Enrique and Julen Lopetegui are top candidates. Now, Ralf Rangnick's already said that he wants Erik Ten Hag to become Manchester United's manager in the summer. There's a lot of Manchester United fans that would like to see Erik Ten Hag get recommended in. You've got to admire the work he's done at Ajax. You know, he's won a couple of titles with them. Revert back to 2019. He got Ajax to the Champions League semi-finals, and I like the way he develops young players. Erik Ten Hag has been Ajax manager for 5 years. His contract at Ajax expires next year. Before Ajax, he managed Utrecht. Before then, he managed Bayern Munich's reserves. And before then, he managed Go Ahead Eagles. I think he's Man United's #1 choice. Mauricio Pochettino, he's been relentlessly linked with a managerial role at Man United. Luis Enrique, obviously he's the coach of Spain, and Julen Lopetegui, whatever you pronounce his name, he's the Sevilla manager. Manchester United looking for the 5th manager since Ferguson retired. You know, Manchester United have sacked 4 permanent managers since Ferguson retired. We sacked David Moyes, Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, and obviously Man United sacked Ole Gunnar Solskjaer last year. Ralf Rangnick, he's been Manchester United's interim manager for almost 2 months. He's only lost 1 game so far. He's managed 10 games so far as Manchester United's interim manager. Ralf Rangnick will receive a £500,000 bonus if he leads Manchester United to a top 4 finish. Rangnick earns £180,000 a week. Manchester United recently beat West Ham 1-0 at Old Trafford thanks to a goal from Marcus Rashford in the 93rd minute of stoppage time. That moved Manchester United into the top 4. Revert back to Rangnick though, he is our interim manager till the end of the season. Then it did initially say he will continue in a consultancy role for a further 2 years. Revert back to earlier on this season, it said, Rangnick was under pressure, and he said, he was already losing the dressing room, and it said 17 Manchester United players were unhappy and wanted to leave. But revert back to early on this month, Rangnick got told that he has transfer funds available this month and he will be backed by the Glazers. Prior to the Brentford game, Rangnick announced Manchester United's new formation. It's the 4-3-3 formation. That formation under Rangnick seems to suit our standards. Rangnick scrapped the 4-2-2 formation because quite clearly that formation wasn't working. Rangnick has brought 3 additions in because earlier on this season he brought Ewan Sharp in as an assistant coach and analyst, he brought Chris Armas in as an assistant coach, and he brought Saz Chalens in as a sports psychologist. Manchester United have got good players, we've also got inconsistent players as well. Look who we've got. We've got Edinson Cavani, he is a good player. Just come back from injury. Cavani did come on in the 1-0 win against West Ham. He got the assist for Marcus Rashford's winning goal, but there was a lot of people saying that Edinson Cavani was offside. Cavani's out of contract at Man United in the summer. He's leaving Man United this year. He will probably leave in the summer because earlier on this season Rangnick revealed that Edinson Cavani wants to stay at Manchester United until the end of the season. Manchester United got Cavani on a free transfer from PSG back in the summer of 2020. Cavani was linked with Barcelona last year. It actually said that Cavani agreed to join Barcelona on an 18-month contract. Juventus went in for him, and last year Cavani rejected a move to Boca Juniors. Obviously Manchester United have got Martial, like I said earlier, not good enough to represent the club. We've got Marcus Rashford. Got to give Rashford credit. He's found some form recently. You know, like I said, Rashford scored the winner against West Ham. You know, he came off the bench. And Rashford also came off the bench in the 3-1 win against Brentford and scored. Reflecting on that, that ended Marcus Rashford's 3-month goal drought. After the game against West Ham, Rangnick said that Marcus Rashford is one of the top strikers in England. But I'm delighted that he's picked up some form because he's endured a lot of poor games since he had that operation on his shoulder. And a lot of people, including me, have been saying he hasn't been the same player since he had that operation on his shoulder. He missed the first 2 months of the season with that shoulder problem. Not so long ago, he had a minor leg injury. Rashford has 18 months left on his £200,000 a week deal. Earlier on this season, it said Marcus Rashford prepares to open contract talks with Manchester United. He's been part of the club for a long time. He's been a United player since the age of 7, and he broke into our senior squad back in 2016. We've got Amad Diallo. Haven't had a great deal of a perception on him. He hasn't played that much in the first team. Manchester United are loaning him out. Man United got Amad Diallo for 37 million with add-ons included. Manchester United paid 19 million up front. Got him from Atalanta. We've got Anthony Elanga. You know, he looks a very good asset for the first team squad. He's made quite a few first team appearances now. I thought Elanga did very well against West Ham recently. He kept the ball well, got into good positions. He was skillful at times. You know, Elanga did well in the game against Brentford, scored in that game. That was his first goal of the season. And I thought Elanga did well in the 2-2 draw against Aston Villa. He had a couple of chances in that game. Elanga has been part of the club for a long time. You know, he came up our academy. He joined Man United's academy at the age of 12. Now I think Elanga's around 19 years of age. Towards the end of last season, he committed his future to the club because he signed a new contract with Man United until June 2026 as an option of a further year. I heard earlier on this season that Elanga could be going out on loan to a championship club. Jadon Sancho, I don't think he's been too good. You know, Sancho's done nowhere near as well as a lot of Manchester United fans expected. But it does take some players time to settle in. Revert back to when we had Solskjaer, you know, we couldn't get the best out of Sancho because Solskjaer was persistently playing him out of position. There was quite a few games Sancho didn't even play in under Solskjaer. Sancho's missed the last couple of games due to personal reasons. I think the best games he's enjoyed since he signed for the club was the games against Chelsea and Villarreal away because he scored in both of them games. To his credit, he did well in the 3-1 win against Burnley, but unfortunately he was denied a goal. Sancho enjoyed 4 good years at Borussia Dortmund before he signed for Man United. Man United got him for 78 million with add-ons included. We paid 73 million up front. He's under contract to Man United until June 2026. There's an option of a further year. We've got Mason Greenwood. You know, he's a talented player. Greenwood did well against West Ham recently. Greenwood scored in the 3-1 win against Brentford. In the 2-2 draw against Villa the other week, I thought Greenwood was greedy in the game. but he did have chances, but unfortunately he didn't convert them chances. Greenwood had COVID earlier on this season. Don't forget, earlier on this season, it said Greenwood was upset that Ronaldo always starts, and revert back to 2019, Man United offered Mason Greenwood a life-changing amount of money for him to leave. Greenwood made his senior debut for the club back in 2019. He's been a United player since the age of 7, and last season Greenwood signed a new 4-year contract. Manchester United have also got Juan Mata. Now obviously he lost his place in the team a while ago, plus Juan Mata has lost that yard of pace in his aging up. But despite that, he's had a good career at Manchester United. Mata has made 276 appearances in all competitions and he's scored 51 goals. He's been at Manchester United for 8 years, so reflecting on that, he's been a long-serving player. Back in 2020, Mata rejected an 18 million a year contract offer to play in Saudi Arabia. Man United got Mata from Chelsea back in 2014, paid 37.1 million. Mata will be leaving the club this year. He's out of contract at Man United in the summer. Last year, Man United extended Mata's contract for a further year. Man United have got the best player in the world overall in Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo, of course, played against West Ham. I thought he did very well against West Ham. Played a part in Rashford's winning goal, and he could have won a penalty in that first half. I was actually surprised he played against West Ham, because prior to the game he was a doubt, because it said, Ronaldo had a neck injury, but obviously recovered from that neck injury. Ronaldo was furious for being substituted against Brentford, but Ralph Rangnick defended his decision to substitute Ronaldo against Brentford. Prior to the Brentford game, Ronaldo missed Man United's last 2 games because of injury. Ronaldo faces a 25% pay cut should Manchester United fail to qualify for the Champions League. Well, Ronaldo will leave Man United in the summer if they fail to qualify for the Champions League. The other week, Ronaldo gave an interview and he was very critical of the youngsters, so he's demanding more from the youngsters, and he was backing Ralph Rangnick to do a good job at Man United. And Ronaldo also said, "I'm not at Man United to compete for 6th or 7th. Finishing below 3rd is unacceptable." Since Ronaldo re-signed, he's scored 14 goals in all competitions. He's got over 800 goals in his career. Man United re-signed Ronaldo last summer for 20 million with add-ons included. He wears a number 7 shirt and he's under contract with the club till 2023. There's an option of a further year. Ronaldo receives £480,000 a week, so he's the highest earner at Man United at the moment. He's won over 30 trophies in his playing career, including 5 Ballon d'Ors. Manchester United have got Bruno Fernandes as well. Bruno Fernandes did recently play against West Ham, but I thought he was anonymous in that game. I thought Fernandes was far superior in the games against Brentford and Aston Villa in the league than he was against West Ham. The games against Brentford and Villa are probably the 2 best games that Fernandes has endured this season, because Fernandes, let's be honest, has endured a lot of poor games this season. Obviously against Brentford, Fernandes got 2 assists. And in the league game against Villa, Bruno Fernandes scored both of Manchester United's goals. The Athletic said not so long ago that Bruno Fernandes rejected a contract offer from Manchester United. It said Bruno Fernandes contract talks are postponed until the summer, having turned down an offer last year. Fernandes is demanding similar money to the top earners at the club. Fernandes receives £100,000 a week at the moment. He's under contract with Man United until 2025. There's an option of a further 12 months. Fernandes has been a Manchester United player for 2 years. Got him from Sporting Lisbon back in January 2020. Lingard, like I say, he's doesn't get in the team and he's not good enough to represent the club. Of course, we've got Donny van de Beek. Yeah, Donny van de Beek is a good player, but haven't had a great deal of a perception on him because Donny van de Beek has not been given enough opportunities. He didn't get enough opportunities under Solskjaer, and he certainly hasn't been given enough opportunities under Rangnick. I think he's only started one game under Rangnick. I'm hearing that Everton still want Van der Beek. Earlier on this season, Bayern Munich were interested in him as well. Newcastle have been in for him. Earlier on this season, it said Van der Beek's not allowed to leave Man United this month. He did actually have a bust-up with his agent earlier on this season. Van der Beek's only scored 2 goals for the club and he's been a Manchester United player for over a year and a half now. Nearly 2 years he's been a Man United player. Man United got Van der Beek for 40 million with add-ons included. He's got a contract with Man United till 2025. There's an option of a further year and he's versatile. He can play in 3 different roles. Manchester United have got Scott McTominay. Got to be honest with you, Scott McTominay has been our best performer under Rangnick so far. McTominay obviously played against West Ham recently. He weren't great against West Ham. He was very good in the 3-1 win against Brentford. He was involved in the build-up to 2 of the goals. He did very, very well against Aston Villa in the Cup. The only goal that game came from Scott McTominay, got man of the match. McTominay has been part of the club for a long time, hasn't he? Back in 2020, he signed a new 5-year contract with Man United. Manchester United have also got Fred. Fred has had his good games, especially under Rangnick. But let me put into the equation, he's also had a lot of bad games as well. Manchester United got Fred a few years ago from Shakhtar Donetsk, got him for 50 million. Manchester United have also got Matic. Not good enough. I've always had my reservations about Matic because he's always been a static midfielder. Plus he's ageing up and he's lost that yard of pace. But he's had his good games at the club, don't get me wrong. Matic will leave Man United this year. He's out of contract at Man United in the summer. Manchester United got Matic from Chelsea back in 2017, paid around 40 million for him. So he's been at us now for 5 years. We've got Paul Pogba. He's a good player. Not only a good player, he's an imperative player as well. Pogba has been out with injury for a while, but the good news is from a Manchester United perspective that Pogba is set to return to action after this international break. Rangnick confirmed that not so long ago. Pogba will probably leave Man United in the summer. Pogba's contract at Man United expires in the summer. Revert back to the other month, the Sun came out and said that Man United offered Paul Pogba a new £500,000 a week contract that would have made Pogba the highest paid player in Premier League history, but Pogba actually came out and denied that he'd been offered that contract. The other week, Pogba told Manchester United he wants to join Real Madrid in the summer. There again, it said PSG is the most likely destination for Pogba. Not so long ago, Pogba held talks with PSG. This season is Pogba's 6th season at Man United since he rejoined. He's played 212 games and he's scored 38 times. He's won 3 trophies at the club so far. Manchester United paid £89 million for Paul Pogba, so reflecting on that, is our most expensive signing at the moment. We had him when he was a lot younger under Ferguson, but we had to let him go due to limited appearances. Manchester United have got Alex Tellez. He's a good left back, Tellez. He's our first choice left back under Rangnick. Tellez recently played against West Ham and he was very good against West Ham. Energetic, creative, got in some good positions. There again, Tellez weren't so good in the 3-1 win against Brentford, but he did put some dangerous crosses into the box. I've been hearing that Barcelona are interested in Tellez. I hope he doesn't leave Man United this year. The reason Man United brought Tellez in was to provide competition for Luke Shaw. Earlier on this season, Tellez had an injury. He's been at Man United for, almost 2 years now, Tellez, because we got him from Porto back in 2020. Got him for £15.4 million. We've got Luke Shaw now. I reckon that Luke Shaw is a good left back overall. But, he's had a lot of poor games this season, and I'm shocked in that aspect because revert back to last season, Luke Shaw was very, very good. He was probably the best left back in the Premier League last season. Luke Shaw is now out with injury. He picked up the injury not so long ago. He had a couple of injuries earlier on this season. He is injury prone, which is a concern. Shaw's been at Manchester United for 8 years, so reflecting on that, he's been a long-serving player. We've got Harry Maguire. Not good enough to represent the club. There again, he didn't do too bad against West Ham recently. He's just come back from injury not so long ago, and revert back to earlier on this season, Maguire had a calf injury and he had ligament damage in his ankle towards the end of last season. I think Man United are looking to move Harry Maguire on in the summer. Maguire certainly wasn't worth the £80 million that Manchester United paid for him. He's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment and the second most expensive signing at the club. Been at Man United for over 2 years now. Victor Lindelof. He missed the game against West Ham due to personal reasons. I think his house or something like that got robbed. Yeah, but Lindelof's not good enough to represent the club. We need to move him on this year. Lindelof's been at Manchester United for around 5 years. Got him from Benfica back in 2017. Man United paid around £31 million. We've got Erik Beek. He's a good centre-half, but doesn't get in the team much. He lost his place in the team a while ago, obviously with the club signing Varane last summer. And for some reason, Lindelof preferred to Beek. The last game Beek played for Manchester United was the 3-1 win against Burnley in the final game of last year, but Beek came off injured in that game. Beek is injury prone, which is a concern. He's at the African Cup of Nations at the moment anyway, Beek. Back in April last year, he signed a new contract with Man United until 2024, didn't he? And we've got Varane, that's a good centre-half as well. Varane did well against West Ham recently, also did well against Brentford. We've got Jones. We'll be moving Jones on this year. We've obviously got Wan-Bissaka. We're looking to move him on in the summer. You know, we've got Diego Dalot. He's had good games this season, especially under Rangnick. Dalot's our first choice right back under Rangnick. You know, we've got De Gea, that's a good keeper as well. And, you know, we've got Henderson, and obviously we've got Tom Heaton. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very soon.